Hi everyone, please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers for nearly a year. I felt like a stranger living inside my own marriage. My wife Rachel wasn't cruel. She didn't scream, insult me, or start fights. In some ways that made it harder. She simply stopped showing up for us. Every conversation felt rushed. Every plan was postponed. Every attempt I made to reconnect seemed to land on a wall that grew taller each month. At first, I convinced myself it was temporary. She was overwhelmed at work. She was tired. She needed time. That explanation worked for a while. Then months passed. Dinner conversations became silence. Weekends were spent apart even when we sat in the same house. When I reached for her hand, she found a reason to pull away. When I suggested doing something together, there was always another commitment, another excuse, another promise that we'd make time later. Later never came. Still, I kept trying. I planned date nights she cancelled. I bought concert tickets she wasn't interested in. I rearranged my schedule hoping we'd finally spend a weekend together. Nothing changed. The hardest part wasn't rejection. It was realizing how easy it had become for her to reject me. As our 11th wedding anniversary approached, I decided to make one final effort. I spent weeks organizing everything. I reserved a beautiful cabin overlooking a lake. I booked a table at a restaurant we'd loved when we were younger. I even tracked down a limited edition bracelet she'd admired months earlier while we were shopping. For the first time in a long while, I felt hopeful. Maybe this would remind us who we used to be. Maybe this would be our reset. 10 days before the anniversary, I showed her the itinerary. She glanced at it for barely 2 seconds. Then she shook her head. Oh, that's the weekend of our corporate retreat. I stared at her. What retreat? The one I told you about. You never told me. She shrugged. Well, I can't miss it now. I waited for her to realize what she was saying. She didn't. Our anniversary is that weekend. I know, she replied. We'll celebrate another day. Another day. The same phrase I'd heard 100 times. Another day. Another weekend. Another month. Another promise. That night after she went to bed, I sat alone in the living room staring at my laptop. Then I opened my email. One by one, I cancelled everything. The cabin. The restaurant. The anniversary package. Every reservation disappeared. I didn't tell her. I didn't leave a note. I didn't ask her to reconsider. For the first time in years, I stopped fighting for someone's attention. The anniversary arrived quietly. There were no flowers. No gifts. No special breakfast. Just another ordinary morning. Rachel hurried through the kitchen while checking messages on her phone. I'm going to be late tonight, she said. Okay. That single word made her look up. Usually I would have argued. Usually I would have reminded her what day it was. Usually I would have tried. This time I didn't. I simply watched her leave. That evening I took myself out. Nothing fancy. Just a small diner on the edge of town. I sat by the window, ordered a meal, and spent 2 hours thinking. Not about her. About me. About all the ways I'd shrunk myself to keep our marriage alive. About how much effort I had poured into someone who barely seemed to notice anymore. For the first time, I wondered what my future would look like if I stopped carrying the relationship alone. When Rachel came home after midnight, I was already asleep. The next morning, she seemed unsettled.